They're sprinting away. Nice beginning this one from the 1200 meter mark, and Sister Cosmos jumped on terms today. Red Hearts on the left, the yellow blinkers of time marches on. Miss Nightingale, Love Conquers All. They're followed by SHEZALEADER, who's tacking over to the centre with Drea's Gold. Deep Down Rebel and Sister Cosmos just off the pace, then Peach Delight. As they move towards the 700 meter region now, SHEZALEADER and time marches on. Miss Nightingale between the two. They're followed by Drea's Gold, Sister Cosmos, Deep Down Rebel. Down the inside is Red Heart and then Peach Delight. As they move towards the 400 meter marker, time marches on. SHEZALEADER, Miss Nightingale, Deep Down Rebel in the pink is going through down the inside. SHEZALEADER, time marches on. Deep Down Rebels on the inside from Miss Nightingale. They come to the last 200. SHEZALEADER from time marches on, and SHEZALEADER now kicks away. And it's SHEZALEADER. Peach Delight running on from behind, but SHEZALEADER's in command, and SHEZALEADER will win by about 4 lengths. Second place will go to, it's close between Peach Delight and time marches on, and then Sister Cosmos and Red Heart ran a long way last. Number 6, SHEZALEADER. The Overlord, another one for Dennis Bosch. And she just streaked away from the opposition in the last 200 metres. Records a second win from 9 outings. Shows up at 8 rand the win, 230 the plays. So SHEZALEADER is victorious. Anton Marcus, they won by 4 or 5. Second gets very tight. Peach Delight will just get that second position, number 2. Third place to Time Marches On, still pay 370 a place. Then Sister Cosmos. Deep Down Rebel ended up the tote favourite. Then Love Conquers All, Drea's Gold. And Something Amiss with Red Heart finished a long way last. Time Marches On with the yellow blinkers is still in front, and then SHEZALEADER comes on stoutly. Deep Down Rebel on the left. Peach Delight makes up ground, but it goes to SHEZALEADER, and SHEZALEADER is victorious, shows that 8 rand a win. Until the running of the 8th race, back to the studio.
We've just seen the running of race number 7, and what a day it's turned out to be for Dennis Bosch. 3-time for him. SHEZALEADER's come through here, the daughter of Overlord, and let's get Den into the picture. Den, fantastic day it turned out to be. I mean, just awesome. You know, these days make all the hard work in the mornings more pleasurable, and knowing that your horses are in a good place must be a fantastic feeling as well.
Well, these for the last year, we've been doing okay, and then we went through the month of December, start off a little bit quiet, and it had a turn, you know. Lauren's in Cape Town with my grandchildren. I want to thank her for putting up with all my irritations, because when your stable goes flat, 9 out of 10 times you take it home, and you take it out on the family, you know, and it's not right. And they help you get back. She says, don't worry, the wheel will turn, and the wheel did turn. Even my other filly ran a great race, ran 3rd.
Yes.
So we had 3 winners out of 4 runners. And the other thing, well done to Costa, great supporter. You know, Paul Peters introduced me to him. What a great guy. You know him well. He's in Cape Town with his family. He phoned me, he said, how do you think she's going to run? You know, Anton always gives you the negative. But she's always been good. The staffs came and asked me, you know, what happened in her last start. If you look before that, she ran 4 seconds in a row. I mean, how could you ask? I mean, you know.
And that was an open company against the boys as well.
Do you know what? Silly things, you know, horses run in and out. That's what happens, you know. They have to ask those questions. That's what happens. But you got Anton on, as Anton said, that maybe 1200 is too short, but she beat a top filly here in the first start.
But we have to pay compliments to him. He's come back for the interview. We don't want him sulking for the rest of the afternoon. He suggested the blinkers.
Do you know what? I want to speak to the staffs. He needs to claim 2.5 now. That's what he should do, claim 2.5.
But Dennis turned out to be an awesome day, hasn't it?
You know what? I'm just thankful. Thank you to Costa. You know, thanks to all the clients who support. Thank you to Lauren in Cape Town. Thanks to Anton who puts effort into the yard. Thanks to Keegan. There's a lot of support.
Well played.
And thank you, Dees.
Fantastic. Dennis Bosch. Let's get Anton Marcus in. Before we touch on this filly, we had a brief chat. Very stiff in the last day, Anton.
He was stiff, you know, Dees, but in all fairness, he's probably a victim of his own circumstance. You know, he plays up in the gates. He doesn't break clear. He's actually got the potential. I mean, he works far better than his racetrack performance, you know. But he's just one of those horses.
Now, one of the stables, I'm just having a look at the stats, you have a tremendous record for, is the stable of Dennis Bosch. This season, 28 rides, 8 wins prior to this. So he's a gentleman that always keeps you in mind.
I've got a very good rapport, good relationship with Dennis. I'm just delighted for him that he's had such a great day. You know, I think if you give him the horses, he'll certainly produce the results.
Did she surprise you, Anton?
She did with the pace that she showed. You know, first time out, as you know, Dennis alluded to, she beat in other words. But I still didn't believe that she was a 6 furlong filly. That's why when Dennis phoned me and asked me to ride her, I said, I'm happy to ride her, but put the cups on her, you know, just allow her to help her, you know, the first half of the race. And clearly you saw, I mean, she was a different filly today. She mustered, she showed tremendous pace, and I was able to let her use her stride, you know, and that was probably what won her the race today.
Not that you ever off form, but it's turned out to be a brilliant weekend for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, thank God, you know, often you get good cards, and we come home with poor results. You get a lot of profanities thrown your way, which is, I guess, it's part of, it goes with occupation. We call it an occupational hazard at times. But on the whole, yeah, I can't complain. I've had a fantastic weekend.
Well done.
Thank you, Dees.
Lovely. It's been a double thus far for Anton Marcus. And this time it's for Dennis Bosch. And Dennis Bosch, a 3-timer. So the day will certainly belong to him. If you caught this quartet, the numbers you'll need, 6, 2, 1, and 5.